say be at the money or the Osinjedi. Now, me president, think I'm president, yeah. Dr. Matthew Poku Prempediatuja. There's some work and none said, MPP for Mudamunya. Namon and some demonstration against them. So now 2016 lights now, I bet the Obey campaign. Any day, was it or money be the MPP? Munya to Quanketing, Kitchen or Moku, and then yes, a fasting way, what's in a fasting way, a dear fasting way, a young Sabia, Nadia quantity, a bay out there, send you a Bequama only at now, whatever to buy it, a bay out saying Gege, was a bear was us in the video among her, a bear say rapture, what one day she Neshimu, that was in 2016. I am a capman, come one mum, and it's a pioneer man, Moya, mon party, more, and a harbor papa.
Ain't no crazy support.
I want to hold.
And what you're not going to say?
Now we all be become. And you be aunt when it be aka.
The insight. Marijuana to legalize it or not, the facts. Crazy supporting what Dr. Kwakwajima Mensah, so health minister, and also Nimfu.
I know I asked him, Bisabaka, a year or more than 2 years and Quebec. Wow, Oshimua, Kwakase, the Omutila, so ye be no. Wamutila, idea and Quebec, legalize you, they be to papa, a bit much triple papa. Now see a legalize, is that it. And once a maba, Wamutila, and crowd wire, Ebola, because or more me a Juma, Ewaya, Sabia, say, and they say, daughters, or more maybe, or Mobro, a year, how tree, 800,000, or Mobro, 800,000. And the near be an 1,800. 833 and net has 833 and it to me FM Munya DB Liberia and Sierra Leone.
Just about wrapping up, yeah, the Chronicle issue is a wrap up. The Chronicle soldiers' buildings pulled down, demo stalls life in Kumasi, NDC member seeks justice for MPP acid victim and produce evidence government dares IEA. It's about the presidency being the second most corrupt, says IEA.
Chronicle and Diaba Pleku, soldier for Bia or Mutia, Siabusia for Assassino. I don't know, so ya or more I had all what to me a book of what I go. Never idea for you more, my young Tremor, idea, Oko, a year on my Pagina chef last half house here. A banicata is so many Muya Yom Decora, any guy, chrono or motum, and when you am. We are posted for no toss or down, we are sick of water. I tell them, say, one more we are sovereign, you are more other institution, and I post one corner, I am corrupt you. Was I posted for, and they can't afford this, I was over the tea, and yet it's almost so there be no more quan or many more mother, yes, institutions, Libby. Woman, me or mother, papa, no more, you don't move around. I had you on the who one more epicata, said a prayer, dream can't kind a woman, and no demonstration, of course, so chronicle the Biaba.
Quick one, graphic showbiz. Called Kesee, Massa, I beg, and Stoneboy Miss V together again. KOD quits Radio Gold days after he is named in KKD rape.
So best, and the Abacau Kesee releasing him for the prison our call, yeah, and you more acquire fast why 10 now, what the releases here. What's not I was a pebble, and has a minute yet, and you may be Amoatia Kakra. Never Oka a year and showbiz more. I branch here KOD says someone KKD woman in the asset. Pierre Monte so to Pebu, yeah, by SS in the Kodi Hotel Hobby, or Danny Mukula, Hall, near Rabban in the Ebidel, a rabbit, Yama Radio, will Plamio Kodi, Dan Colagro, dear, Tidiano, Fancy. Ya will be a once some evidence here. Yes, Kodi, as some pay, I tell you, I was a radio good were die. One why I want to clothing line walk of any way in ye, would ye, and a year, and you'll be the year, man, it's not. Because we'll be there, we and then quite to the beer, near to sign the idea. Answer that more, no work or any day, what to me in year, once and I show busy.
Okay, you try one by a bar, some Kesee in your room, Rubina Quanya near to Medin, come on down for diabetes, and then a mixture, another room, you try home in back. 1760 or text message line for brain. Now, yes, you're Timmy Gibbering and King Kaimoy some Kesee one and say better down for diabetes, another mixture, and what's some actual. You better want some actual quickly, my main King. I for one issue more and a fee and crown a new year in 10 pounds free a buy more by a far IE for more on the buy. The IE on Wednesday released the results of a survey it conducted in the 10 regions of the country, which named the presidency as the second of 10 most corrupt institutions in the country. The office came second only to the police, which has traditionally been named as the most corrupt institution in most surveys. Of the 1,200 respondents interviewed, 23% of them think that nearly all police officers are corrupt. For the office of the president, 19.2% of the respondents think it is equally corrupt. Tax officials and members of parliament place third and fourth with 15.4% and 15% respectively. Others are government officials, generally 13.9%, district chief executives 13.3%, judges and magistrates 13.1%, assemblymen and women 11.9%, immigration 10.4%, and the army, more discipline, okay, 7.0%. Right. But this is a response from the government. Government has rejected a report quoting the IEA as saying that the office of the president is the second most corrupt. A statement signed by the Minister of Communications, Dr. Edward Omane-Boamah, said government strenuously rejects any such suggestion that the office is corrupt, let alone being the second most corrupt institution in Ghana. Quotation here: the practice where groups or organizations purport to conduct polls and through a adversarial approach publish their outcomes in a manner that seeks to create the impression of corruption does little to advance the fight against corruption. He therefore challenged the IEA to offer credible proof. The emphasis is on credible proof to back their claims, adding that government has been taking far-reaching steps, including reforms in public financial administration and the establishment of tighter controls as part of efforts to address the issue of corruption. He also indicated that the IEA must bring out for verification the methodology for the so-called perception survey. According to Dr. Omane-Boamah, it is a matter of public record that no government has done more to expose and punish corruption like the John Mahama administration. He noted that organizations seeking to discuss the subject need to be guided by verified facts, not unfounded accusations hidden under the cover of perception. Additionally, the timing of the release of this reported survey just a day before the president presents the State of the Nation address cannot be lost on the objective-minded members of the public. Government, the minister stated, will continue to focus on its transformation agenda and cherishes the continued support of the citizenry towards the building of a better Ghana agenda. So presidency,
office of the president.
Okay. Oh, so office no.
Office na owomu no.
Nipa ewomu no
duma na ye kromfo ana nipa ewo flash
tap house. Eni omu di bi no.
Na ya kromfo.
Na enhwani na amasa.
Na ya kromfo.
And enhwani ana amanyam.
Also my greetings to Mediama FM, Mediama SC, Moses Parker Company, and CEO or Amans Can Ventures here, Waterquap.
Okay.
And until now, Uncle Ma.
Okay, so Yanko tie, IE, Anthony Jampo, Yaba, Ibedin Komo.
Serious, that's what the public says. I mean, as the director of research indicated, this is not IEA position. It is a survey that reflects the views of the ordinary people we try to sample. And so if the people are saying that that office is the second most corrupt institutions, I mean, that is what they are saying. That's not what I'm saying. That is what the ordinary people are saying. And so it is important for some of these institutions that have been implicated to do more to shed that kind of negative perception that they have and corrupt perception that they have, from the people. Well, the political implication of this perception is that our democracy becomes seriously under threat. I indicated earlier on when I was talking to one of your colleagues that poverty and corruption, if not checked, would supplant democracy. And so it is important that if we have all decided that democracy is a way to go, then we do all we can to tackle poverty. We do all we can to also minimize corruption, because if you don't take time, people would begin to take the laws into their own hands and do whatever they want to do in a manner that would undermine our democratic gains and our efforts towards democratic maturity. So it's important that some of these, why should you feel that, well, if you struggle to get there at that particular office, you would be free and then you would be rich sooner. If people have this kind of idea and impression, then those who are unable to get there feel disadvantaged, and so they will do all they can to get there. And that's why elections also become a do or die affair, because he who gets there, will be seen to be having ATM machine on his veranda. You can always have access to public resources, and it shouldn't be the case. So it is important that we do all to tackle some of these challenges. Our effort to consolidate our democratic gains will come to naught if we do not put in much effort to tackle corruption and poverty. Well, the perception is quite clear. The people are saying that the government is not doing enough. And over the years, there have been various reports issued by Transparency International that talks about the fact that we are not doing well in terms of the fight against corruption. The reports also show that there appear to be little political will in tackling corruption. And I think even before this survey results, evidence abounds that there seems to be no political will in fighting corruption.
Yes, Abba 1760 your text message line February and Jibre and King Kama. I'm sure it's what there. Dr. Jampo Akani say ona dwumakuo no etoma Ghana for this year won kuro nyina hodo nyina so ebusebisa omo ho say the nyomasi ko no ketase ne proye ho sam ususu say nipakuo ben adwumakuo ben tie ho susu so ana yakenkan achiro adona quickly
I know sir, of course when it comes to a back ketase ne proye dream kankan ya because politicians and now woman de bia ye duadua mu niam mu nti wo de pie kane ana say apostle de bia ni omudi nsawoso and omudi be pie kane but de bia me ka say o rewura public institution private institution mu a ho na wo dream o ho pa dream no wo mu so Ghana sempanyifo wo man mu kura na omanum ye omo da na omo aka omo other institutions communities hospital and the nurse be kura ko you for that na want to be a man the bliber nipa okoyi folder no kra up and down wo be meba ukọ DVL ukọ institutions ahodo onya honko na want to me I said that na year amagolo boys ya epiepiem ni nyina ya sa na ma no laka sidika sebrofo sa na ayo mo di ye adwuma o man mu ha sade a ye ne ma nti de bia ye ne sampanyifo e wo man mu nti ase ama wo mu a say VL say ECG say yeah because ECG meter kora no a ukotua brab ne a lot of some of these things should also be looked at. So the buy betu ni nyina free kwa port kwatama port correct eni e ba ekoso ho
minute back e be saba e ba enkomodi. Okay, so yasaba ye dig common house when yakwanya so de waje nchira Dr. Wakoba no pay de wasibio so waje brese on ye kasa ye je say Kumasi Tech wan kasa busia bibia e boko
Meka say boko mo anaju sumu ni eda so manwa le sa ya so kitwa enwa wi akra na edim kan ya na so ni aso
Doc say esumu asemi de nya de fufuro bi asa especially when abandon in chiremu aba na ogusu ma arehemu say probably short term no ebia June ho ba bi ne ehu eni so ade na afi long term no and medium term no after 1 year and 2 years and 3 years no they take home for sure. I'm sure we are as a CSI can adjust it, or you think there's another way out too?
Now if I told now say na bisi aye no na no ko kachire nya me na wa ato nsu ya na asese na anya shishi for who the sumu for more than almost 18 hours. How do you adjust to that?
I see. Well, Yamra ene I 40 gum wanting so ana one de hwehwemu bi abetodwa aban so ntempa e de nanu yi abase ma menkenkan aban bro for the buy ne head de I for so kan aban de sa no yi na ba o say the practice where groups or organizations purport to conduct polls through a visceral approach, publish their outcomes in a manner that seeks to create the impression of corruption does little to advance the fight against corruption. And the government therefore has challenged IEA to offer credible proof to back their claims, adding that government has been taking far-reaching steps, including reforms in public financial administration and the establishment of tighter controls as part of efforts to address the issue of corruption. He also indicated that the IEA must bring out for verification the methodology for the so-called perception survey. It continues, it is a matter of public record that no government has done more to expose and punish corruption like the John Mahama administration. He noted that organizations seeking to discuss the subject need to be guided by verified facts, not unfounded accusations hiding under the cover of perception. And finally, the timing of the release, according to government, of this purported survey just a day before the president presents the State of the Nation address cannot be lost on the objective-minded members of the public. Finally, government will continue to focus on its transformation agenda and cherishes the continuous support of the citizenry towards the building of a better Ghana. And it's as a result of a survey on corruption that places the office of the president as the second most corrupt institution. Professor Dr. Makoba, maybe I say, Abanu yi odiaba na ahwe ayi nso hwehwemu a mo tugu monten so Ghana fra na nyina say ene office of the president second eba keta ahye any proye ho nsem a ho asem te say
the omukana no anu and the government at the end of the day said they have to defend themselves. And I won't drink a sample, the Okanyana Wumuta, and she almost so that you can come down. But Sane, I may, the government side, I may certain things to do, Amukai and no prayer, I will not respond to them. Because they are no prayer, not all respond to it, and make it would be falsehood, and I would be responding to it. And they say, presidency, Nipa ye Batabata, there was a China, also unity, near the corporation. Then you saw say the presidency overspent its budget almost more than 100%. Now the presidency will be a president no more possible we cannot even assume that because he is supposed to know the honum for better than a pronoun in our way. And he is supposed to know. And the honum for more year, how can we say, people from Montina, it starts from there. The culture of corruption starts from there. And when I empower all the others, Obia, Waban, Mubiano, or Yahana, that is how it is. Now, I can tell you, sir, this is not just now. It has happened before. It happened before. It happened under Nkrumah's regime. On one case, but the ministers no more scanners are. So Bodhisattva and all the others. And it's because the president himself did not put his foot down until later. Now, their culture. That means to say the Americans say, you say, yes, citizens, and say, it's now. That's the same thing, of course, right? Let's get on more of them. Oh, but they say, I can hear and what's your boy. Or muting yet your more press. Now, one ministry, I was saying, yes, citizen, you're storing your attorney general. Or no, there was your question. Your friend is citizens arrest because he refuses to do her work. The president is the only coach, even though President Betty Mama, Attorney General, order say he should enforce the law, but the Attorney General, he has sworn to do that. Then we should arrest her. That is what I think. But
well, but you remember in some way, but I pay the okay. And then, she said, Mampenia swear ho, Catashan Proye, a dinya or hoy pa, and no in Tempano. Nipani buye say, and I Mampenia swear, my phone ebu Ghana phone in tia, leading to say, young Kaya Humum. Now, if possible, Kwana, yen tatai, Attorney General Asweno, na emo Musa and Pa. Yen Ghana for it. Why do we join? What is that relationship link anyway?
Well, that is a better alternative than to sit there and let things get out of hand, said they have to Burkina Faso. Nobody knows. It can't go on any further. People are fed up. The president or Yene Juma. So one can sample wouldn't him get us to say more. Obi ya yine die Yarega Basabasa obey. That's so. I so train see a better chance when I could be the people. That is here now. Obi ya Basabasa, yet no call flash that house. Why? So we have idea. You cannot say you are fighting corruption. No, you can't say that. In a lot of ways, you are encouraging it because they get away with it. They do it with impunity. And you will be able to medical supplies or whatever it is. What next is a dear Bema near Shino. ECG meters near Shino. Local government papers near Shino. I mean, how long do we have a president? Do we have an attorney general? Now, is this a country anymore? Is this how a democracy is supposed to be? Now, when these things go on like that, it's just you never know what is going on. This is what is dangerous. So when things get out of hand, then it gets out of control.
But Doc, as Ghana stands now, no, would you say Nyoma are getting out of hand now?
Just say the government employees' behavior is getting out of hand. Their response and getting out of hand. That's the only thing. The behavior is gotten out of hand. The response hasn't. The response has been restrained. That's what I would say. But in Chelsea, forever. You see, demonstration. When labor unions joined the demonstration, I come back. Because almost joined demonstration, say, doctors and pharmacists, the other time they went on strike and a court order and a stop woman. When they start that again, at this time, what are we going to do? The government use technicalities of the law and the demand will call back. If they do it again, what are you going to do?
And as His Excellency John Dramani Mahama area the August House Parliament to give us the State of the Nation address, your expectation, any day away from?
Well, I don't want to speculate because the president is in a tight corner. What am I going to say? If it comes out as if I'm criticizing him, I don't have goodwill for him. Maybe he knows certain things that are not public yet.
All right.
I wish him well.
Dr. Makobanope, that's it. No, fire break.
I don't know, Nanti, now Dr. Makobana out in Canada pay in Chiastro, calling happy birthday, Shonko, and Koma, or say, Omoya twins, Ata Afrifa senior and Afe junior, Seco City. Happy birthday to you, Efri or Katachi, Efri for Seco City, no, what they buy. Okay. Into that, some no messages and Dawson, so. Anywhere, see to me, sorry, so Tina, and no more messages are by to me and Kaye, Mofa and Chain, 2 p.m. say shata everywhere. Name of put to Jack or assembly man, ever put to Jack, Rasante, a assembly man, ever put to Janti, more put to Jenna, when you're on to Abba Famano. I hope Sadamaba.
Adam Ajay Crowd, Edago Kensi, Ebro, Jiffa.